last person. I deliberately kept him to this time. I appreciate every one of you right there on the comment section. God bless you all. Thank you very much, everyone watching us right now from your various location. We appreciate you guys. Trust me. God bless you all. Press on the like, help us to share, subscribe to our channel, and let us hit 100K. Okay, Augustine, the final submission, you are going to be the one to help me handle it, sir.
Okay.
Everybody will give you 5 minutes, but after your submission, give them 5 minutes on the final submission to talk about the Edo State politics. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Niger Watch. Please, good evening, everybody. All protocols duly observed. Actually, today's topic is quite it's of interest to me, but those that have spoken before me did quite a lot of justice to it. All I could do is just because we're on Niger Watch, people listen to us a lot. They want to learn one or two things, or let me just put a little bit to this issue of the Lagos Calabar highway to fraud. When Peter Obi criticized it, that was after Atiku spoke. Atiku criticized it for saying that Tinubu is just using it to siphon money. That one, if he really meant it, let him go and start from the Calabar end. That all he's trying to do was to do it a little bit somewhere in Lagos and stop, and then claim there's no fund. In that case, must have achieved his aim. That is Atiku said criticisms. Then Peter Obi's criticisms was quite constructive. Peter Obi is not saying that we don't need a road, but he is saying priority, scale of preference. That given the precarious nature of Nigeria's economy today and the paucity of funds, which we always borrow, that project is too expensive. They might even take 30 years before it should be completed. Rather, why not use that money to maintain dilapidated roads all over the country in every 6 geopolitical zones? And that is where I want to concentrate, because I know people have spoken. Um, uh, Chris, Jonathan, give us a mandate. Everybody, all of you, Honorable Sam, you've all said this. But for just for detail, for people to hear, because I know people are listening to us. This was what Peter Obi said. He said there are 47 federal interstate. In other words, some roads connecting one state to the other, and they are very important in all the 6 geographical zones. In the northwest zone, that is to say, Sokoto, Zamfara, Kebbi, Kaduna, Katsina, Kano, and Jigawa, 7 states, there are 6 roads, which are Abuja, Kaduna, Zaria Road, Sokoto, Funtua, Zaria Road, Kano, Hadeja Road, Kano, Katsina Road, Zaria, Funtua, Shema, Safe, Guzo, Talata, Mafara, Sokoto Road, Kano, Kwana, Danja, Hadeja Road. That's 6. Then in the northwest zone, that is to say, Borno, Yobe, Gombe, Bauchi, Adamawa, and Taraba states, there are 8 roads that are begging for attention, which includes Kano Damaturu Medugri Road, Mubi Medugri Road, Nguru Gashua Bayamari Road, Gombe Biu Newman Road, Dekwa Mate Monguno Road, Potiskum Fika Bajoga Gombe Biu Road, Mayo Balwa Jada Ganye Tange Road, Tumu Pindiga Kashere Basha Wase Wamba Nasarawa Road. Then in the north central zone, there are 8 roads that crisscross the following states: Kwara, Kogi, Benue, Plateau, Nasarawa, and which other road is that? Nasarawa and I think that these are the 6 roads. You have Abuja, Lokoja, Okene, Auchi, Benin Road, Elori, Jeba Road, Kaba, Omoaro Road, Suleja, Mina Road, Makodi, Boko, Yandev, Kasinala Road, Buruku Bridge across Kasina River. Then in the southwest zone, there are 8 roads begging for attention, and these roads passes and connects Lagos, Ogun, Ondo, Oshun, Oyo, and the Ekiti states. These are Lagos Badagry Road, Ibadan Ife Ilesha Oshogbo Road, Itoiki Ijebu Ode Ibadan Road, Ibadan Ilori Jeba Mokwa Bokani Junction Road, Abeokuta Ibadan Road, Ikorodu Shagamu Road, Ado Igede Aramoko Itawure Road, Ajashe Ikpo Ofa Erile Osun State Border Road. Then you get to the southeast, there are 8 roads. That is to say, passing through Anambra, Abia, Enugu, Imo, and the Ebonyi states. There are 8 roads that cut across 9th mile of Trubo Makodi Road, Enugu Port Harcourt Road, Onisha Oka Enugu Road, Onisha Owere Umuahia Road, Bende Arochukwu Ohafia Road, Okigwe Afikpo Road, Nsukka Obolo Afọ Ehamu Funkalagu Road, Oba Nnewi Okija Road. Then you get to the south, which crisscrosses Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Rivers, Bayelsa, Delta, and the Edo states. There are 11 roads begging for attention, which includes Benin Sapele Wari Road, the East-West Road that passes from Warri, Kayama, Huada, Port Harcourt, Eket, Oron, Yenegoa Road, the Kolo Otwoke Road, Sapele Abo, Ewu Road, Benin Akure Ore Ife Road, Ekore Benaba Owerri Road, Jatu Fuga, Agenebode Road, Bodo Bonny Road with bridge across Opobo Channel, Port Harcourt One Road, Abo Sakpoba Ogarefe Road, Udukpani Junction, Itu, Ekore Ekpena and Umuahia Road. You see, it's a total of 47 roads. This was what P2B was talking. So, in Nigeria, the thing is that when people want to criticize certain things, sometimes you find it difficult serving Nigerians. If a fraction of that money could be put in all these roads, do you know this alone would have this man would have written his name in gold? It's in all the geographical zones we benefit. The farmers everywhere, all our federal roads are okay. Then if you are now doing this one, by the time you are wasting money on this, which is pure fraud, I don't want to say anything about the bidding. So this was exactly what P2B was saying. But people, Nigerians, I don't know, just the level of intellect of some people. They will just jump into it. It should be built. Obi say it shouldn't be built. But you have forgotten that this was what all this road I read out. It cuts across everywhere. If you are from the south, you have it. If you are from the southwest, even where Tinubu come from, there are bad roads all over Ife, Ibadan, Shagamu. There are bad roads everywhere. Dualize them, widen them, do them very well. If they are existing, you go to the north central everywhere. So, but people will never see this. All they want to hear is, oh, this man spoke. P2B is now the topic. Every Dick and Harry, every braggart, every idiot can now take on him and just talk anything. P2B is saying this. P2B has no duplicate in Nigeria. Since 1960 that Nigeria became independent, we've not had somebody like him. Very clean. Nigerians that don't want to talk. They EFCC released a list of 52 former governors that had cases. One name is missing. I don't want to mention it. One name is missing. But nobody want to make sure of that. This is EFCC. These are people having cases with them. Akpabio, all those, all Jews Okalo, they are full, them Boku, Rocha, so former governors. P2B's name is missing from EFCC list. Yet this man want to be president to fix Nigeria. And so when he criticizes, people will leave what he said. This brings me to what Dave Umar he said. P2B is inciting Ndi Igbo against Tinubu's government. What of Atiku? Why can't Dave Umahi, such a criminal, why can't he say that Atiku is inciting Fulani against a Tinubu? He doesn't want to say that. Yet everybody just want to be pigeonhole P2B, just push into one angle and then start to talk nonsense. Anyway, I don't know what keeps the man alive, to be honest with you. That's why sometimes when I look at him, sometimes I shudder. I don't know what keeps him alive. Otherwise, the person who gave you this type of criticisms, criticize up constructively, he gave you alternative. Put that money here, and that was what he did in Anambra State. If you call him to spend money, say, okay, why should I put it there? Have you costed it? When you say that, he said, okay, you are telling me to take a social billion as a security vote. How much then do we give to schools? Which brings me to the issue of this Seun Kuti. There was not because of what he said today. What he said some time ago that Anambra was coming tops in WAEC until they put camera in the exam hall and they started like, look at the idiot, knowing that you see this thing called you know what they call minding for those that study pharmacology, which is the study of the effect of drugs on human body. That is pharmacology. If you study pharmacology, that's what they call mind bending. You know, to bend their mind bending drugs like Indian hemp. When you take it, you are gone for. That's how your mind go to bend. That's why I call it mind bending. CKC Onisha, the school that P2B attended and which he helped to uplift, is taking first all over the world. They went for inter-secondary school competition all over the world. In the United States, he beat Americans hands down, students from there. Is that a camera? Is that a expo? You see, the thing about Nigeria is that sometimes I shake my head. I think the type of narrative we hear because of the level of the people. That's why somebody can come and lie through his teeth and they just say rubbish and people will be clapping for and they will be listening. Why should ordinarily such an idiot people should be listening to him? Why? Why should people even listen to it? When I heard this, I just shake myself. Look at Nigerians are even analyzing, giving him chance to come and talk what? What does Seun Kuti know? What does he know? Everybody can take Igbo and then start to make noise. And then because YouTube is important, people can now go there and then pose and then make film. It's like he just a drag. These are the people that doesn't matter in any society. Yes, he came from a prominent family. Fela is regarded because of his music, because of the philosophy behind what he said. Bekor and Seun Kuti, like Give Us a Mandate said, we know what he did, former CMD of Lut. And then the guy was a human rights activist and he believed in it. He went to prison, did everything. We know what they stood for. The father, the other Seun Kuti, Olikoye Seun Kuti, professor of pediatrics, he introduced what they call primary health care in Nigeria. It was a record. Professor Olikoye Seun Kuti was the only minister that spent, was it not, 8 years with IBB. From 1985 to 1990, nobody changed him. He was the only health minister Nigeria had throughout the IBB era. Other ministers were changed, but nobody changed him because of what he did. So we know all these things. But when you have somebody like this dragging such a reputable family, a foremost family in Yoruba land to the mud, people will look at him and say, what does he know? What does he know about education? What does Shehu know about? Can he write his name very well? If you write his name from here to heaven, will he recognize it? Sometimes I look at this like anybody can now talk to P2B. If you want to insult Igbo, you just hide under one thing and start to talk nonsense. What does he know about Igbo civilization? When I look at this people, I shake my head. Sometimes I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I just keep quiet. If he knows that the internet he's using, the internet he's now using to make noise, is an invention, it's a creation of an Igbo man, he will shut up. If he knows that the person who gave the word internet is an Igbo man. Bill Clinton said it in Nigeria in August 2000 when he came on a state visit. He told Obasanjo, go to America and recruit Nigerians. They're all over there, the brains, let them help Nigeria. That the internet we are talking about today, one of the father of internet, Philip Chukwuraima Agwali, born 1954 at Yakure in Ondo State. He was at the refugee camp during the war. He left. Studied at Oregon State University, University of Maryland, and Georgetown University in Washington. So what is the guy talking about with a PhD, a mathematician? What does he know? What does he know about Igbo? People are just making noise. People fail to read books, to discover the civilization you insult. I don't care if an Igbo man slaps you in one type of Lagos, you iron it out with him. Deal with him. If you like, retaliate. But don't just go and then start to talk of Igbo as if you do. What does he know? Who does he know about Igbo? Without Zeke, without Zeke leading the struggle, I wonder where Nigeria would have been. What is this guy talking about? Sometimes when I look at, when it pains me when people, I don't care. I'm not making excuses for Igbo, but when you see an Igbo man give you shit, please don't even take back. Reply to that person, but let it stop there. Don't extrapolate it to say Igbo, Igbo. And so what? Do they know what it means to go through a harrowing civil war, the second genocide in human history, behind the Holocaust and the first in Africa? Come out within 40 years to rebuild and be where we are today. And he's talking nonsense. Where was the swamps of Lagos before Igbo came and helped to develop everywhere? And now they are making noise. By the way, who has you ever heard that a Nigerian will rescue Nigerians when they're in difficulty? If not Allen Onyema, an Igbo man, where was he? He's talking of it, talking down the Igbo. When people were in Sudan, Nigerians were all over the world. They were rescuing their people. Germans staying the military aircraft. America, everybody. Allen Onyema has to take his flight free of charge. Did it in South Africa. Did it in China during COVID. Did it in India. And prepare to do it tomorrow. Today, a Nigerian can now travel, whether you are traveling with Air France, Lufthansa, British Airways, or KLM to London from Nigeria. The airfare you are going to pay will be less than what you used to pay. Why? Because Allen Onyema crashed it. It does not matter, you have to enter a piece. So when I look at all the type of the contribution of Ndibo to the welfare of an average Nigerian, they are making noise. There's a college of medicine at the University of Ibadan. The facilities there dilapidated. The provost, I think a professor, a lady, has to call a Zoom meeting during the COVID era. Said, look, old boys, help us. And Igbo man donated $1 million. I'm saying it, Dr. Philip Ozwa from New York, $1 million just to help. But we have Anambra State University Medical School, and the guy is from Anambra State. What do Nigerians say about that? Is it just that any nonsense? Everybody will just jump on the one wagon and start to deriding the Igbo. That's why we want our Biafra and get away from this mess. To go and compete with Israel in technology and know-how, India in supply of manpower, and Chinese in business. That's where we belong. The foremost vital ethnic group. They call us global citizens. Go and read a book called World on Fire by Professor Michua of Harvard, a Harvard professor, a Chinese Filipino. He said it, she said it. So when I hear the likes of this Seun Kuti, after taking overdose of Indian hemp, he come and be insulting in the Igbo anyhow, I detest it. He doesn't know where he's doing. What else do they, what can he do 0.0001% to the Yoruba people, what Igbo people has done? Let him help his race. His father helped to liberate Nigeria by using his music to correct government and insult them. What is he doing? Taking Igbo and knocking. Does Yoruba know? Did fella ever talk of Igbo or Yoruba or Hausa? It was talking government. Fella was not sectional. He wasn't tribal, despite being a Yoruba person. And then this guy will just be talking. Does he know history at all? Does he know where he comes from? Only to come and be talking of Ndibo. Anybody can now deride there, use the P2B as a stepping stone, and then talk nonsense against Ndibo. I stake it out of over 300 ethnic groups in Nigeria. According to Ruboma and Professor John Kingsley Onigu Otite, foremost professor of sociology, he said that there are more than 300 ethnic groups. How many of them can take precedent in terms of humanitarian service to Nigeria against Ndibo? Maybe few, if at all. Then why is this guy deriding us? What right has he got? We know our contribution towards Nigerian democracy. Is it because Nigeria is just messing up? P2B won an election and they have to switch up even the beavers Nigeria rely on is a creation of an Igbo man. The beavers is a creation of an Igbo man, a graduate of University of Nigeria, electronics engineering. He invented it and gave it to Nigeria to use. And this guy just talk. Anybody will see Igbo man just talk what he did this. I'm so ashamed. Some people do not know their root. If I'm a Kuti, if I'm a Kuti, as a Yoruba, I'm a Kuti, I will do more than him because I have a lot of precedent to look forward to. If you don't want to look towards Beko, you look towards Olikoye. If you don't want to look towards Olikoye, you look towards their father, former principal of Abeokuta Grammar School during his time, Reverend Kuti. Or you look towards Fumila Yoranson Kuti because of his her activism. Or even you look towards Fela Achebe. Chinua Achebe regarded Fela as one of the icons of the Yoruba civilization. Go and read about what Chinua Achebe said about Fela, and this guy will be talking nonsense. Who born him? Who gave birth to his mother? I'm appalled. The way some people, Nigeria has been reduced to a country where even non-entities are champions. Everybody can now come and deride Igbo and talk nonsense. Peter Obi won an election, and so what? Everybody now has the opinion to talk what they want, but what he or she can never understand. I yield here.